3, 2, 1. Hello people. After multiple failed recording attempts involving glitchy audio and my computer freezing halfway through the recording, I have decided that today is the day I finally finish this LP. And yeah, while I said that today is the day, this is my third recording attempt overall. But what that really means is this is the third day I've recorded. I've been trying to do this for well over an hour, possibly even 2. And while I was going to do it in 5 lives, I find the second phase of Bowser to be extremely, somewhat of a war of attrition for me. And I'm giving myself way too much of a luxury and 25 lives. This might be a potentially long and tedious video. I just simply do not care. I am finishing this game tonight. I do not know what my next LP will be after I finish this, but I guarantee you I am not going to be doing a Mario game for a while. I of course will do more Mario games. After all, I do enjoy Mario despite the frustration it is giving me right now. And when I do a Mario game next, it is probably going to be the original Mario Brothers for, of all things, not the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the All-Stars port. Because, well, for one, it has updated graphics. 2, it has a save feature. 3, and I don't know if this is purely psychological in my head or not, but I find the updated 16-bit version of the original NES Classics to be just, well, a little bit easier. Saying that, even despite it being easier, though I never actually made a full attempt at it, I have never in my life defeated the original Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo, nor Super Mario Bros. 2, definitely not the Lost Levels, nor Super Mario Bros. 3. In fact, the only Mario games I have ever played to completion is Super Mario Land, which I will do when I either get a new 3DS capture card or a Super Game Boy. Probably the 3DS capture card, new 3DS capture card, of course. I have defeated Super Mario 3D Land, and that's one of the few games I've even completed 100%. Though, to be honest, I used a guide for the after game content, and while I did grow up with Super Mario 64, I find Super Mario 64 to be an extremely boring game. I know. Utter fucking blasphemy on my part, but I just do not like 3D platformers, especially for the Nintendo 64. I find Super Mario 64 to be fun for about an hour, maybe 2. And then it gets repetitive and tedious for me, and I cannot stress to you how much I hate Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. In fact, the only 3D platformer I even beat on the Nintendo 64 Voice conquers that for today just simply because of the mature, if you want to call it mature, let's be honest, mature humor is quite immature, but I beat it because I just found it significantly funny. And no, I likely won't be doing it on my channel. I want to do games that I enjoy. I don't want to do games that I find boring and repetitive, even if I do have somewhat of an appreciation for them. Yes, I hit him twice. Or not twice, once. I have my Fire Flower, so I have a spare hit. If I can hit him a second time and get him in his third phase definitely gives me the most tense, frustrated feeling, but it's deceptive frustration, it's deceptive difficulty. It's actually quite easy. It's just a matter of, it's also quite, for lack of a better term, hard looking while not actually being hard. It looks impressive, it's not. That's essentially the third phase of Bowser for me. See, it looks impressive, fuck me, but it's not. I am small, but I also just need to get off one hit from him, one measly hit, and I get a mushroom from Toadstool. I have that hit. I am at his third phase, so long as I don't get hit by the rainstorm, which, so long as I stay here, I will not. I get that mushroom. Thank you, Toadstool. There is no, cannonballs or bowling balls in this form. All I have to do is not panic and hit him twice. That's all I have to do. Hit him twice, and this time hit him twice without getting hit, because he hit me, and I am small. I am small. I cannot afford to get hit. He unfortunately, so close. But hey, that was my first life, and I at least made it to his third form. You see what I mean by it looks impressive when it's really not? So close. 2/3 of the way there. Now, I'm small, but chances are I was going to get small in his second form before I reach his third form anyways. Toadstool, and yes, I'm calling her Toadstool in this particular LP. She is called Toadstool in this game. She's not called Peach till Super Mario 64. Toadstool gives me a mushroom after each successive defeat of his phase. I am 99% guaranteed to get that mushroom, which means that I'm 99% guaranteed to have an extra hit. Yeah. I do not know. I think I already mentioned I don't know what my next game is going to be after I defeat Super Mario World. I do know what my next game is likely going to be once I defeat Dragon Fantasy, and that is probably going to be Final Fantasy, the PSP PlayStation version, because, well, it's not as buggy, and also updated graphics. Well, that was stupid on my part. 23 lives. 23 lives. That is almost a quarter of the max lives you are given total. I can do this. I know I haven't uploaded a Dead Space video in possibly a month, give or take a week. I will get to it, if not after I do this LP, after I upload my next Dragon Fantasy Book 1 video, and also with it Halloween, October being around the corner. Although Dead Space is fitting for a Halloween game, I want to do an official Halloween game, and it is likely... Excuse me, I have to adjust my mic. My recording, yes, it is likely going to be Resident Evil Revelations. Obviously, the PS3 version. I've defeated Resident Evil Revelations for the 3DS. In fact, I even have the possibly collector's copy misprint where they misspelled Revelations. Saying that, even if it does become a collector's item, mine is obviously not sealed, not brand new in box. Though I do still have the box, and the game is arguably in mint condition. But, yeah. The reason I am doing it for the PS3 is just simply because for that extra analog stick, though I do have a, whatever that... Oh, fuck me, I should have moved another step. But I do have the, second analog support for the original 3DS. Obviously, when I get a 3DS capture card, it's going to be the new 3DS. And since I've recently got a Twitter account, daily I've been bugging Nintendo, hey, when are you gonna release GBA games for the new 3DS? When are you gonna do that, Nintendo? Come on. The fact the new 3DS can't support Super Nintendo games tells me it shall be able to support GBA games, especially considering the original 3DS, called arguably support GBA games. They did release 10 for the Ambassador program, which technically I am a member of, but because I didn't sign into the 3DS eShop in time, didn't happen for me. Shit. And while I doubt I'll ever do a Metroid game for my channel, I want Metroid Fusion, okay? Also, fuck you, Nintendo, for trying to scrap the, another Metroid 2 remake. The original Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, I got for my birthday when it launched. It's perhaps not my most favorite Metroid game. Let's be honest, now that I have it for the 3DS, it certainly hasn't aged well, but it is my most beloved Metroid game. Metroid for the NES sucks. I downloaded it for the 3DS, and just while I appreciate what it started, it's just simply not that good a game. I probably would have loved it if I owned a Nintendo growing up, but let's be honest, back during the 8 and even 16-bit days, we didn't really have the standards that we do in this modern era. We just, it was a matter of take what you can get. Well, that was lucky. That was a failure. But hey, I am halfway through. I have the mushroom Toadstool gave me. I might be able to keep it. I'd cross my fingers, but that will severely limit my well, holy shit. I am big, and I defeated his second phase. Now, while this mushroom doesn't give me a guaranteed third hit, it does, at the very least, increase my confidence. Five hits! And I grabbed the mushroom. I was really hoping that would hit him, but it didn't. Well, you know what, I was going to die anyways. 2 Mecha Koopas and me being small. But hey, 5 motherfucking hits. And I think the secret to defeating Bowser in his second phase is to jump and then throw the Mecha Koopa. I think that's the secret, so maybe, just maybe, I discovered how to not make the second phase the war of attrition that thus far it has been for me. Now, what else? Updates. Well, that was my own stupidity. Oh well, you're used to this shit by now if you've seen my other previous videos of this particular LP. Well, I was going to get a new 3DS capture card first, and a Vita capture card second. I am going to get something that will let me record Vita games off my Hauppauge HD PVR2. And it is not going to be a Vita capture card, no. Though I've yet to have discovered any confirmation of it. Though I don't see why it wouldn't work, and let's be honest, all I did was a Google search. I believe the PS TV will allow me to record Vita games off my Hauppauge. So that means I do not have to get a $600, $700 Vita capture card, plus a way to record off my computer. If I can record Vita off my Hauppauge, hell yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That means also that I do not have to buy Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy IV a second time. Though, let's be honest, I will be buying Final Fantasy IV on Steam because it's the 3D version. Whether or not I do an LP of it, I am failing this, has yet to be seen, but at the very least, as of this particular moment in time, I intend to do an LP of Final Fantasy IV, and especially Final Fantasy IV, the After Years, with the updated 3D and voice acting off Steam. So, whether or not I actually do it is yet to be seen. Let's be honest, intentions can be potentially meaningless, but, well, as I said, as of this particular moment in time, when I eventually get my gaming laptop and find a way to record off my laptop directly, whether or not through my Hauppauge HD PVR, or whether or not I have to purchase recording software like Fraps, I at least intend to eventually do it. Obviously, you know that I am a fan of certain LPers like Brainscratch.com's, Super Gaming Brothers, not an LP channel, but some call me Johnny, Itchy Bailey, things of that nature. This is why I decided to do my own channel, though I know damn well I will never reach the popularity of them. Well, that was stupid of me. I don't even really intend to reach even a percentage of the popularity of these particular LPers. I do this because, well, for one, my potential career as an author gives me a lot of potential free time, though right now I am in the midst of both editing and giving final approval for my book, The Blasphemous Bible, and also my real job, if you want to call it a real job. I certainly don't call it a real job. I literally get paid to critique and review potentially anything, though it's primarily, to be honest, video games. If you think that sounds like an excellent job, let me tell you right now that you are paid, that at least I am, paid on commission. It is not a big commission, but they do give me... I jumped on him! What the hell? But they do give me video games for free, some of them being retro video games, some of them being digital games, some of them being this generation and last generation PSP and PS3 and PS4 games. Also, because I've been working for them for so long and they like me, I can potentially buy any hardware and any console, and they will pay up to 50% of it. As I say, potentially. So my new gaming laptop, if I file in the necessary paperwork, I might only have to pay half of it. Now, obviously, when it comes to YouTube, they are aware of what I do, but they don't particularly care. As I say, once they give me the games, they are mine to own. I can do with it as I see fit. Technically, I am not even obligated to review them, though if I don't review them, technically they won't hire they won't hire me. They won't fire me. But until I start doing more reviews, they're not going to give me any new games. And it's not just games, it's also hardware. They gave me a Android tablet for me to review, though I don't even know what kind of Android tablet it was. I literally think it was a cheap Chinese knockoff. When they discovered that I got an iPad, they wanted me to review games off that, but, well, obviously I sold my iPad, or sold and traded my iPad. I'm going to be honest with you people, maybe it's just me, but I don't really see the point of having an iPad or any tablet in general if you already have a computer and or a working smartphone. I have a working smartphone right now, and I am honestly surprised as to how much I thoroughly enjoy it. I've downloaded a couple of free games off the Google Store. Now keep in mind, by free, they're technically free, but you can buy DLC added content and the like. And also, the irony being, despite the fact that my LG G4 is smaller, it is twice the storage capacity of the Apple iPad Mini 2 I got. And while, again, let's be honest, playing games on a smaller screen is a little bit more inconvenient, if I ever do decide to get any kind of tablet, it is going to be, at the very least, have more of a storage capacity than 16 gigabytes. I would prefer a minimum of 64 gigabytes, if not 128. And if possible, added storage capacity, the capability of an SD card. That's one of the reasons why I decided to pick up the arguably obsolete model of the LG G4 versus something like the Samsung Galaxy S7. The LG G4 is 32 gigabytes to begin with, plus it has a bonus of having an SD card slot, which LG says can take a 2 terabyte SD card, even though I think they're a little bit looking too far into the future. The only SD card I am aware of, I think the maximum size is 128. But hey, 32 gigabytes versus 128 gigabytes, that's 4 times the capacity on the SD card alone, meaning that I can potentially upgrade my phone to 5 times its max capacity with, say, 128 gigabyte SD card, which is like $60 off Amazon. So, yeah. Yeah, yes! The secret to the second phase is jumping before you throw. I lost my... wait a minute, I didn't have an original mushroom. What am I talking about? But I do have a mushroom now, which means that on his third form, I have the luxury of a second hit, plus the potential pillow of a third hit, which I just lost. Son of a bitch. And... well, that was blind of me. Almost halfway through my life. But I am at least learning tricks that I did not know before in regards to defeating Bowser more efficiently. Tricks that I was unaware of. I probably should have researched it online. Heaven forbid, I admit I have seen the LPs of this game from more than one LPer. The two that immediately pop into mind is the Super Gaming Brothers and Nintendo Capri Sun with Impolo 18. But I've seen those LPs way over months, if not years ago, and well, I watched the LP recently. Chances are, if I were have watched the LPs, I would have been educated in these tricks to defeating the game more efficiently. In fact, the only reason I got as many of the, not mushroom houses, switch houses, is because it was relatively fresh in my memory to get the ones that I was not obviously aware of, that being literally the one you get on the first island. I know I died, but you know what, I'm feeling confident. I can defeat him. Though now I fear my confidence is bordering on arrogance. Still, gotta play it safe, Craig, come on. This video is going to be long and tedious enough as it is. So yeah. Again, the reason I remember the Switch House levels is because I remember them from the LPs I've seen. I know I missed one of the Switch Houses, obviously. I did not get the bonus levels. But I even said in the beginning of this game that this is by no means going to be a 100% playthrough. This is going to be the way I just naturally play the game. And this, even though I was aware of content I would not have been aware of before, this is the way I naturally play the game. I rarely, if ever, 100% any video game. Especially when it comes to things like achievements and trophies. I just do not see the point. I don't even care about trophies or achievements or anything like that. Most of the time when I unlock them, I don't even know I unlock them. That little, whatever it is, that little screen pops up in the corner saying something, and most of the time I don't even notice it. And the few times I do notice it, to be perfectly honest, I find it's all somewhat of an irritant. I can't be bothered to... It's not enough of an irritant for me to find out if I can go into system settings and turn the notifications off. It's not nearly that much of an irritant. It's just, extremely mildly annoying. And again, it happens, or at the very least, I notice it so infrequently that it's barely an irritant. I find things confusing, like why people do trophy unlocking unless they really thoroughly enjoy the game and they want to feel that next step of accomplishment, which again, I just can't be bothered to do. And also things like, likes on social media. I am probably going to annoy a little bit of my fans and even potential fans, but likes on social media, I don't like. In fact, I find them extremely distracting, especially when I am self-promoting my book on something like Facebook. I find it to be extremely distracting and extremely annoying. What I want to pay attention to when I post and self-promote on Facebook is the people who actually comment. People who like it, I appreciate the sentiment, but like I will get like 100 likes for one to two comments. And the comments I want to reply to, or at the very least see. Comments tell me more than a blind like. Also, let's be honest, on social media, even a like can mean potentially nothing. People will just half-ass read something and like it by just as an automatic response. It's also one of the reasons why I turned off my birthday notifications. I turned off people being notified that it's my birthday on Facebook because I was sick and tired of the constant swarm on my birthday of happy birthday from people who I've never spoken to, I've never met, I have no acquaintanceship with, and in all honesty, when it comes to birthday notifications like that, I view it as, for lack of a better term, a potential culling. 5 hits. Grab that mushroom. I have an extra hit. 1 hit. Did not mean to do that. Oh my god. I beat the fucker. It took me well over a dozen lives, but I finally finished this LP. Am I still recording? Holy hell, I've been recording for over 40 minutes. Editing makes that a little bit shorter, but holy hell. I finally did it. I can move on. Oh. Let's enjoy these sweet, sweet credits that even as a kid I never paid attention to. But I will keep on just simply for the fact that I feel the people who made this game deserve the credit. Despite its many frustrations, I do thoroughly enjoy this game. I will not be returning to it anytime soon, but I will be keeping the cartridge. I doubt I will be buying the game digitally for the new 3DS, just simply because of potential screen crunch. But well, if it ever goes on sale, or if I just ever feel like it, chances are I may be, at the very least, tempted to buy it digitally. I'm one of these people who, like, if I own a digital copy of a game, I doubt I'll buy the cartridge of it. But if I own a cartridge of it, I may be tempted to buy it digitally anyways. I don't know why that particularly is, except for the fact that maybe, let's be honest, excuse me, buying games digitally is significantly cheaper to begin with. And there also is a somewhat of a convenient factor. Again, with the cart, you have to play it at home. On a console, where with a digital copy, you don't have to put in a cartridge or a CD, even though for, at the very least, PS3 and games below that generation, I would buy the physical copy of anyways. But, yeah. Keeping in mind, with this new generation of consoles, the PS4, up to this point, if it had a physical copy, I bought the physical copy. But when I very quickly realized that the reason I buy physical copies, having it being, it saves space on my hard drive, well, with this new generation of consoles, that's no longer a bonus. All the CD does is one, it downloads the entire freaking game to your hard drive anyways, so you are by no means saving gigabytes buying a disc anyways, and two, it gives you the requirement of putting the disc into the slot, despite the fact that it's downloaded on your hard drive. Now, I understand the reason behind that, if there wasn't that added safety protocol, you can buy any sort of physical copy of a game and just give it to everybody, and they can play it for free. I understand why they did that, I do not blame them for it. But once I get my 6TB hard drive and add it to my PlayStation 4, I am probably going to be buying games primarily digitally. My concern about this is, again, convenience. Is it more convenient for me to buy a game digitally and find it through my menu, or is it more convenient for me to just put the game in and not have to go through the tedious process of going through dozens of potential video games on my hard drive? Anyways, I am done rambling. Hallelujah, this LP is done. Thank you for watching this tedious LP. Take care, everyone.